how's it going? I'm here this week to talk, or more like a week and a half, to talk about adrenal fatigue. And some warning signs for adrenal fatigue would be chronic low energy, that you're tired all the time. In order to get energy, you're consuming 5, 6, 7 cups of coffee a day, or you're pulling down energy drinks. Also, sexual dysfunction, bummer. Abdominal obesity, gaining weight in your midsection, a sign of adrenal fatigue. Also, hormone imbalance can be a sign of adrenal fatigue. So, what are we going to do about it? I tend to see a lot of single moms. A lot of them. I'm just busy. We're busy. We going. And what are we going to do? How can we overcome it? Okay. And so that's why I'm here to talk to you. Business executives, primary caregivers that are caregiving for years at a time, day in, day out, nonstop. Executives, college students. We all go through periods. The truth of the matter is we all go through adrenal stress and fatigue at some point or another. I'm pretty much convinced of it. The more stress-related sicknesses and diseases there are out there. So the bigger picture here would be, that we'll talk about at the end, is what to do to manage our stress in our life. But for today, we're going to just talk about food, okay? So what would we do? Well, we need to curb our starches and sugars that are out here, bring them down. Because what the starches and sugars are doing, they're giving you a temporary satisfaction, but they hurt you overall, over a long period of time. And you need to get a lot of moderate amount of protein. So what does good protein look like? I love bone broth protein. We've talked about that before. Big fan. Big fan of collagen protein as well. It goes in my shake every morning, collagen protein. Both of those help your adrenals as well as your thyroid, but regardless, your adrenals. Moderate protein would also be just like a good, clean, organic, grass-fed cows, chickens, the whole thing. Turkeys, good source. Wild game, great source of good, healthy proteins. Also, fish, my favorite. Fish. Great wild-caught salmon, sea bass, orange roughy. I love them. They are very good for you. Those are all good proteins, okay? So then there's the fats. Fats are good for you. Fats can't harm you, and they can't hurt. A lot of people think they gain weight when they eat fats, and your body needs fats. Coconut, olive, avocado. Those are things that I cook with all the time, or I put them in my shake in the morning, my smoothie. So I recommend good fats because they help make your hormones, so you need them. Okay. Also, what do I like? All the dark green leafy vegetables, all of your beautiful colored fruits are good for you. Okay, so if we're going to pick up berries, Chinese did so many studies on how the cranberry helps your kidneys and your adrenals. So if you have them fresh, fabulous, better choice because they're not dried with all the sugar. Still, you can use them. They're bitter. They're good for you. Blackberries, blueberries, raspberries, pomegranates, those beautiful cherries, all of them are full of anthocyanins, which are antioxidants, very good for you. Same with your green leafy vegetables and things like that. Also, what else? Oh yeah. So if you swap into power of sour, like kimchi and sauerkraut, and the foods that are, what are they? The sour ones, when you eat them, they literally help curb your sugar craving. Who knew? I know, right? So one of the things that, those are good for you. So I can talk about a meal in a second, but I wanted to make sure I added the fermented foods because I almost forgot. Important. Let's see what else. I feel like I'm missing something. Oh yeah, I wanted to tell you that when you do have the starches and the sugars, when you're consuming them, because of the comfort level and how they make you feel temporarily, what's happening is that they decrease the level of DHEA in the body. They increase your cortisol. They increase the dryness of your skin. They increase the ability for you not to be able to sleep at night. Okay, so just trying to convince you a little bit more to bring your sugars down, and nice proteins, nice fats, nice fermented foods. Okay, so real quick, a meal. Yeah, okay, so appetizer that I have made from time to time would be you get a little kimchi or sauerkraut. I like kimchi better. I like the spicy one too. But anyway, kimchi, and then I put some avocado on it, and then I get into adding caraway to it. Kind of gives me a little bit of a zing. A zing is in a little sweet, the caraway. So anyway, that's my taste buds. You may like it, you may not, I don't know. The only thing I do is I take quinoa, or rice. So there's purple rice, black rice, red quinoa, black quinoa. So any of those, any one of those, you can cook them. And I cook mine in bone broth, but you can cook them in water and add a scoop of bone broth powder if you want. Very good for you. Can even toss in a little bit of collagen powder. As it's simmering and cooking through so it gets tender, I put that aside, and then I'll get a couple of tablespoons of coconut oil, and I'll put it in a pan fryer, and I will then put in my onions. Sometimes I put in carrots and shaved zucchini or squash. I put in pea pods or edamame, broccoli. I love broccoli, it's so good for you. Anyway, any combination of vegetables, lots of spices and herbs, which I'll talk about in a minute, or not in a minute, in a different recording, and all that are reducing stress and cortisol load on the body, right? And then I'll cover it, but I'll put my fish on top that's seasoned, put the lid on it, let it cook through, and then when it's done, I pull it out, and I have this great meal. And then I put it all on top of my quinoa, and then I chomp on it, chomp, 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 chomp. So there's low carbs, good nutrients, lots of good nutrients. I'll even sometimes when I'm cooking throw in a couple heaping of pomegranates just to have that little tangy sweetness, because I know they're good for us. So I hope that helps you. I'm trying to think, is there anything else I want to say about food? No, food is your friend. But you got to ask yourself, why am I eating this food? And is it going to help me or hinder me? And remember, everything's seed upon seed and row upon row. So it's little by little. That's how we're going to win. Okay? Bless you. We'll talk a little bit more about it.